What's up, guys? Welcome back. Glad you're here. On today's episode, we're going to be looking at a really cool casino-style deck. That's right, one of the newest to be released from Doc's Playing Cards. That's right, we're going to be looking at the Juice Joint Playing Cards by Doc's Playing Cards and Michael McClure. So, buckle in your seatbelts. We're going there. Let's go. The Juice Joint Playing Cards by Doc's Playing Cards was a Kickstarter project that ran from August 6th of 2019 up until September 5th of 2019. This project was successfully funded after those wonderful 30 days after 166 backers came together and pledged $13,213. You might find yourself wondering, what is a juice joint? Well, a juice joint is a place that cheats at craps and they hire mechanics, which will come into play a little bit later on in this review. This deck also came in a couple different versions. That's right, you can get it in the black version, which I'll be reviewing today. You'll also see it in the red version, which is beautiful as ever. And then you're going to also see the same decks in their counterparts as gilded editions. That's right, you're going to see those in a red gilded or a gold and silver gilded as well. There were other add-ons in this project, such as impossible bottles, dice, and so on and so forth, that you can get your hands on that were strictly Kickstarter exclusive. The front of the tuck box is going to be the actual back design of the deck itself. You're going to see that Juice Joint logo there. That's going to be also end-to-end, making a beautiful two-way back design. It's going to say North Las Vegas in the center, giving it that kind of nostalgic Jerry's Nuggets feel, and that's it for the front. The left and right sides of the tuck itself are going to say Juice Joint, while the bottom of the tuck is going to feature some ad copy about Michael McClure and Doc's Playing Cards. The back design on the tuck is going to be really cool and going to be almost ad copy as well, or more of advertisement, I shall say. This is really cool and once again very nostalgic, almost like things you would see in newspapers and things a long time ago. The top of the tuck itself is going to have this really cool blue sealed tack stamp seal. Once again, very reminiscent of the older style decks. It's going to say North Las Vegas at the top. And then on the inner part of the larger flap is going to say Own the Odds. This deck does come printed by the United States Playing Card Company on their crushed Premium B stock. That's right, it does have a traditional cut and an air cushion embossed. Like I said earlier, the Juice Joint is a fictional casino that opened back in 1958 and is known for the house always winning. That's right, this deck is also made to pay homage to the 1970s version of the Silver Nugget playing cards. That deck was printed actually on the same stock as the Jerry's Nuggets, that's right, back in 1970. However, unlike the Jerry's Nuggets, the Silver Nugget deck was never offered in any gift shops. Alright, with this deck you're going to receive some extra cards. That's right, the first is a blank facer. That's right, a blank face card. The second one is going to be a double backer, which is going to have the back design on both sides. The last two cards are going to be these really cool ad cards. The one's going to look familiar, seeing as that it is the back design of the tuck box that we saw earlier. And the other one is kind of like a complimentary mechanics card of different people that helped either with the project, fund the project, and chose different rewards. Also, this ad card is different depending on the red or black deck. The pips and indices in this deck are your industry standard. The court cards in this deck are also your industry standard, making this deck wonderful for Magic, gameplay, and more. The aces are also your standard until you get to the ace of spades, which is the more prominent of the aces. It's going to have that enlarged spade pip there, kind of split in the middle with the logo for juice joint in the center, and that's it for the deck. Join me now for my final thoughts. Alright, so you want to know my final thoughts on this deck? It's a 5 out of 5. Great deck of cards, man. The one thing that I really liked about this is not only did he kind of base this around the older style Silver Nugget deck, but it's also very reminiscent of the Jerry's Nuggets. And if you've been following me for some time, you know that my favorite deck is the Jerry's, hands down. Whether it be the new, the old, which I never had an old deck, so I don't know. But still, it's just that type of style deck, that whole nostalgia behind it, that old school kind of underground, casino, illegal gambling type of thing. It really just touches. And I really like that. I like all the details in this, everything from that to the advertisements on the back that kind of just almost make it a little bit more realistic. He did the same thing with the Latin Quarter deck as well, which will be coming out soon. Was successful on Kickstarter. Just like everything Docs touches, it's gold. The other thing that I really liked about this was he released the custom brick boxes, which was a pretty much enlarged version. You can actually see it in the background over there. It's an enlarged version of the Tuck box, and it has 12 decks in it. Not to mention, all 12 of those decks have a custom juice joint DS1 carrot case on them as well. So, and I gotta say, it's the best brick box I've ever seen, hands down. I mean, it's so awesome. It's like this huge Tuck box of goodness. Gotta love it. And it came in red and it came in black as well. I believe the black version, the one I have, came with 10 decks of black and then 2 red. And then I think the red was reversed. You had 10 red, 2 black. So yeah, really cool. So like I said, great deck of cards. If you guys missed this on Kickstarter, sorry, man, you gotta get there. So make sure you follow Doc's Playing Cards. I'll leave everything down in the link below where you guys can go ahead and check it out. I think there's a few places you can get these as far as third-party retailers and whatnot, where they're either doing, the actual sale of the decks, pre-orders, things like that, for the decks that are coming in now. These just, like I said, started shipping after the Kickstarter fulfillment, so this is a fairly new deck as far as that goes, even though the Kickstarter took place at the last quarter of last year. So yeah, that's all I can say about this deck, guys. I want to thank Doc's Playing Cards for allowing me to have these decks so I could do the review for you. And if you enjoyed this review, you know what to do. Smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you beautiful people on the next one.